What's up, everybody? Today on BKTV Live, we have coverage of Abby Robbins' D1 signing and virtual club day.
We also have coverage of the Shepherd Mountain Bike Trails, our new go bags, and a new segment called Review That Thing. All that coming up on BKTV Live.
Welcome to BKTV Live, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 7th, and I'm Trent Galzinski.
And I'm Trent Galzinski, and we are going to start this episode of BKTV Live with a segment by JP Rubel and Ari Woodson about Abby Robbins and her committing to play softball at the Division I level. It's a great segment. Let's take a look.
What's up, Night Nation? I'm Ari Woodson here with Abby Robbins, D1 commit for softball for SEMO. So, Abby, how long have you been playing softball?
I started playing fast-pitch softball when I was 8 years old and have been playing ever since.
How has the sport of softball changed throughout your life? Like, sort of your mentality towards it? Because I know for me, for swim, like, it started out fun and now it's more of a job. Has it become that for you, or has it changed any?
Obviously, whenever I was younger, it was more fun, but obviously it's still fun, or I wouldn't play. I think I play because of the bonds, the relationships that I have created with the teams that I've played on. But I mean, it is a job, but it's something that I enjoy. So
what motivates you to keep playing softball? Is it that just being fun, just still loving the game?
I think what motivates me to keep playing is, like I said earlier, the bonds that I've created, but also like the life lessons that I've learned that can be applied to everyday life, like hard work, work ethic, accountability, responsibility, stuff like that.
What do you hope to accomplish this high school season, or even the off season before you go and down to play at SEMO?
With our high school team, I would like to accomplish winning a state title, at least making it to the state tournament. Right now we're having a really good season. We are 24-6. We just broke the school record for most wins in a season, so that was really cool. We've played a lot of tough games, but the biggest thing that I would like to accomplish before heading down to SEMO is winning a state title.
What made SEMO the best decision for you?
I'm kind of a homebody, so I wanted to be close to home, and SEMO had my major. And whenever I went to visit SEMO, I really liked the campus. I really liked the coaches. I could feel like a family atmosphere. So I think that is what made it the right fit for me.
What would you hope to accomplish in softball at SEMO?
College sports is going to be a totally new level, something I've never experienced before, obviously. So I just want to go in like working my butt off, and we'll see what happens. SEMO has won the OVC the past 2 or 3 years, so that'll be nice to be a part of if that continues, which it would, because we have really good coaches, so we'll see.
Well, awesome. Thank you for your time, Abby. This has been Abby Robbins, D1 commit. I'm Ari Woodson signing off here for BKTV Studios. Man, that was a great segment. Moving on, last year we were not able to have our club day.
But this year, it was back. A little different, as we were virtual this year, broadcasted live from BKTV.
On September 27th through the 29th, FHS hosted a virtual club day instead of the traditional club sign-up day. Parker Shin and Madeline Williams of the Gateway Readers Club share their thoughts on the event.
It's a little different because usually with like regular club days, it's people come to you if they're interested. It is not you broadcasting out to everybody else. So we definitely had to make ourselves seem much more approachable because we're in a situation where people aren't coming to us, but rather we're coming to them.
Theater Guild, we always have 2 shows per year, one in the fall, one in the spring.
People tend to not necessarily join extracurriculars because they think it's a waste of time or it's not worth it.
With FCCLA, some fun things that we've planned to do this year is support an October fundraiser for breast cancer.
We want people to be aware of literature, to have fun with it, because like right now in the school systems, kids are forced to read school mandated books, and that kind of crushes that creative spark that some kids could have when it comes to reading. So that's our goal, is to help ignite that.
Club is a student-led high school organization. Our members make the world a better place through service. In doing so, we grow as individuals and as leaders by answering the call to lead, summoning the courage to engage, and developing the heart to serve.
I think we probably would have developed a better script. Honestly, we were not as prepared as we would have liked because we were this kind of jumped onto us. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we probably would have been more composed about it, but we're also a fairly new club, so we don't necessarily have all of our ducks in a row just yet, so this was just part of working out the kinks.
This is Jack Toney of BKTV, signing off.
Thanks, Jared and Jack. Gateway Raiders sounds really fun. Maybe I'll join.
I don't know, Ari. I think our club is more my style.
Sure thing, Caden. Next up is Heath Ritchie covering Go Bags at FHS.
I'm Heath Ritchie with BKTV. And today I'm here to talk to Mr. Wildlow about these Go Kit bags that are given out to every teacher in the school. Mr. Wildlow, what are these new bags for?
So the bags are for, basically what they're for is they give each classroom teacher emergency supplies in case there's an emergency that happens in their classroom. It gives them access to those basic supplies that they could need.
So can you tell me some of the things that are in this bag?
Sure. So some of the highlights that are in this bag, the biggest thing is probably the Stop the Bleed kit, which includes a tourniquet, all right, and other medical supplies to help stop a bleed in an emergency. We have paper towels, trash bags, we have a first aid kit, duct tape, we also have a door lockdown magnet. Right here we have some masks, and we also have some Mercy drinking water.
When would we have to use these bags?
So these bags are designated for an emergency only. So an example, if a student wants a Band-Aid because he has a scab on his arm, that's not an example of when to use these bags. An example of when to use these bags is if an emergency were to occur, a tornado struck, or an earthquake, or there was a fire, students were hurt. Any type of emergency situation would be a good designated time to use these. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for answering my questions.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great segment, guys. Up next is Michael Capias and TJ Benoist, who bring us to Ironton, Missouri to show off the newly built Shepherd Mountain Bike Trails.
Are you guys going to switch? This is Michael Capias reporting for BKTV News at Shepherd Mountain Bike Park in Ironton, Missouri, about 30 minutes away from Farmington. These intense mountain bike trails have made Ironton into a tourist attraction for people all around the country, and today, TJ Benoist and I are going to see what it's all about. We spoke with Clinton Sylvie, a mountain biker who had the idea for the park in the first place. He elaborated on the park's inception and how it got to this point.
I remember driving into Ironton from the north and seeing this huge mountain and just thinking, gosh, it'd be really cool if we had trails to ride down on the mountains. Well, I mentioned that to a man I didn't even know at this chamber meeting. His name was Bill Bennett, and he was part of a community group that's focused on tourism. Next thing I know, I'm talking to the mayor, and I'm getting some expert help from up in St. Louis from Gateway Off-Road Cyclists. We convinced them that what they've got is something that's unique in the Midwest. I'd say there's nothing like it for at least an 8-hour drive in any direction. And next thing you know, we're building Shepherd Mountain Bike Park. Right from the start, from the first day we brought a trail builder out here to look at it, at the mountain and the rock formations and the terrain, we knew we had just an absolute diamond. They're the steepest and require the most skill to successfully navigate of any trails I've ever ridden. And there are people who've come from California, Colorado, Utah, out west. They'll tell you the same thing. There's just a handful of other places in the United States where, as mountain bikers, we would say it's any gnarlier than this.
Shepherd Mountain Bike Park is the beginning of something incredible just south of us, bringing tourists from all over the country to experience the beauty and thrill of Missouri. This has been Michael Capias and TJ Benoist for BKTV News.
I'm Heath Ritchie.
You know, I bet I could do that without a problem.
I bet you could, Ari. To finish off this episode of BKTV Live, we have Bradley Lewis and Sean Downs, who have a new and reoccurring segment called Review That Thing. This week, Sean and Bradley sit down with Mr. McIntyre and review his favorite album, Rage Against the Machine.
Hi, welcome to our new show, Review That Thing. I'm Bradley Lewis.
I'm Sean Downs.
In our show, we will interview somebody and ask them for something to review.
Today's episode is Mr. McIntyre.
Let's jump into it.
I'm glad you asked, Bradley. In fact, my favorite band during the early 1990s was Rage Against the Machine. And I'd like you to do a little review on their self-titled album. Yeah, Rage Against the Machine was, as I said, probably one of my favorites in that era. It also was maybe a little bit ahead of its time as far as pushing the envelope of political speech. I mean, the whole thing about raging against the machine. Who is the machine, after all? The government.
Well, that was weird. Anyways, today we have Rage Against the Machine's self-titled album. One thing I love about this album are the bass riffs, which I can only describe as chunky and crunchy, like this riff off the first song, Bomb Track. This album is more than good instrumentals though. The lyrics paint a picture of a group of people that are angry about the state of the United States. Some such lyrics are on the song Take the Power Back, with lyrics like, see right through the red, white, and blue disguise, and, 'cause the circle of hatred continues unless we react. With lyrics that make you feel like becoming a rebel, and instrumentals that make you feel like an action hero, this is what I envision when I hear Rage Against the Machine. Overall, with bass lines and guitar riffs that make you feel some kind of way, and lyrics that are much deeper once you actually listen to them, I'm going to have to give Rage Against the Machine's self-titled album 8.5 Angry Zach De La Rochas out of 10. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time on Review That Thing.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, thanks so much, Sean and Bradley.
That's all we have for this episode of BKTV Live. I'm Ari Woodson.
And I'm Trent Galzinski. And thanks for watching this episode of
BKTV Live.
What, too much?